Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency team are facing more backlash over Musk's authority to eliminate government job positions. The unelected business owner and world's richest man, who has become one of the president's top advisors, is taking heat from some lawmakers for bypassing Congress and their constituents. And it comes as another critical scientific agency braces for more job cuts this week. Let's bring in CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett. Major, the Department of Health and Human Services is offering a $25,000 buyout to most of its employees if they leave their job. What has the response been?
So they have until the end of this week to decide whether or not they want to take that buyout, and probably thousands within that agency will. And those buyouts across other federal agencies have proven both somewhat attractive to federal employees who fear they might just be fired with no compensation whatsoever, or their jobs may become so difficult that they will be unhappy if they stay. So leaving voluntarily, taking $25,000 has become surprisingly attractive and legally resilient. And this is something that's going to affect Health and Human Services. It has about 80,000 federal employees. The great question for the country is the things that HHS does, manages Medicare, Medicaid, will the services there be in any way diminished? Also within HHS, the Food and Drug Administration, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The FDA is heavily involved right now in monitoring bird flu. The CDC is heavily involved in monitoring an extensive and ever-enlarging measles outbreak in West Texas and eastern New Mexico. Do these job reductions, whether they come through firing of probationary employees, buyouts, or some other mechanism, do they undercut the ability of these agencies to do the work American taxpayers have come to expect? And if they do, these job cuts, all in the pursuit of efficiency, may create not only harmful outcomes on the ground, but substantial political blowback.
I got to be quick with you on this follow-up before we talk NOAA, Major, but is it your idea that even though the buyout offer, the deferred resignation, is maybe becoming more attractive, the deal is less sweet? Is the government offering less favorable conditions than maybe they were at the onset after inauguration?
Probably. And that's one of the ways that Trump likes to approach these things. You take it first, and if you wait, the deal only gets worse. That's to incentivize employees for taking things up front. But $25,000 is $25,000, and it is similar to buyouts offered at other agencies. And since it goes through the agency and it is voluntary, though you do waive a lot of rights, if this doesn't work out and you're not satisfied with it, you have very little legal recourse on the other side of accepting this buyout. They have proved legally resilient.
So the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, is preparing to lose an additional 1,019 employees. That's according to sources who spoke to CBS News. Remember, NOAA fired 880 people at the end of last month. So NOAA's responsible, Major, as you know, for everything from weather forecasts to coastal restoration, managing fisheries, supporting marine commerce. When you and I look at the forecast on our phone, it's fed by NOAA data. What's the impact here?
Could be extensive. NOAA not only feeds data to our phones, it is part of a global consortium of scientists that monitor climate change and climate change-influenced weather patterns. All of that is to create predictive models that intersect with commerce and everything else. How the weather affects everyday life matters a great deal. 12,000 employees at NOAA, about 50% of them are scientists. This is a big part of the scientific weather monitoring footprint of the federal government. And again, if you take away a lot of those scientists, take away a lot of those researchers, you, by very definition, undercut your ability to predict the future where weather is concerned. Now, the administration believes all these agencies have become top-heavy, that efficiencies can be achieved, and there will be no detrimental effects for anyone because of these people not having jobs they used to have. That's the assumption. If it proves not to be true, not only will people be harmed on the ground, but the political consequences will redound in one direction and one direction only: the administration that set them in motion.
Major Garrett, thank you.